Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dateinasia.com ninja skills required for dating on the internet. Ninja meaning mental ninja skills required. I hope I had quite a few people. I hope you guys come back. I'm going to just review. I copied the comments from the last live stream down, and I'm going to go through the comments. I don't know where I was here. Okay, I was at Merry Christmas 2.0. Gave Daisy and I dinner, a super chat times 2, $10 or 20 American dollars for 2 super chat dinners, which we will use. Maybe we will go out tonight. Thank you. And amazing, and a $2 super chat also from Merry Christmas, because he had asked me about dating, and I'm going to call him up after the live stream is over. Vitrix also gave us a nice super chat donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That will go towards our dinner tonight and tomorrow, because it's still early. We can do this. And we do appreciate that, but I'm looking for questions that are related. Yeah, Daisy, you are, Mr. Nut says, Daisy, you are a great girl for putting up with the old coot, LOL. It always wasn't peaches and cream between Daisy and I. It took a long time for me to understand the Filipino culture. Daisy taught me a lot, and she's learning a lot about. I try to watch a different movie every night with Daisy, and when last night we were watching One Lonely Farmer, and he was driving through Philadelphia, and he went past the tall ship that's in the harbor, and I was showing Daisy the roads and the buildings, because they don't have roads. He was on 95, Interstate 95, and they don't have roads like Interstate 95 in the Philippines. If they had a road that was 2 lanes, which they don't have on Bohol, if they had a road that was 2 lanes, highway style road, the traffic would be no more than 35 or 40 miles an hour. They don't have 60, 70 mile an hour roads here. So everything is different, and we get along quite nicely now, but it wasn't always like that. And then Vitrix says Vitrix had asked a question or was making a statement. The reason I brought up a business is that's where I got screwed by Filipino girl, and I had already been with her in the Philippines to be lured into investing into a business. My biggest mistake, never again. Unfortunately, what Vitrix says is the truth. Some girls will stay with you for years, hoping that one day you make that mistake. When other girls, you will be with them for years, and you'll build a wonderful business and have a nice family, and they will never, never hurt you in any way, shape, or form. So it's the luck of the draw, my friend. And Filipinos pride themselves on being more than very good at deception. Filipino women. Scott, we're back. This whole internet date in Asia, I forgot the name of it, but the original one, Date in Asia. What, honey? No, that's the title of my other video. Well, it's basically you need ninja skills, mental ninja skills. mental ninja skills to get around the deception in the Philippines. Vitrix, yes, I did review your comment. I hope you heard it. Yeah, Daisy's my girl. Okay, now I'll probably be long dead before we have children in high school, but that's okay because no one. Pink Floyd says it best. No one lives forever. So yes, okay, bring up a good point, Vitrix. Filipino Cupid and Dayton Asia have the same women on it. This is another deception. Okay, I used to, I, I personally never used Dayton Asia. Now I gotta go. I'm going back 5, 6, and 7 years. Dayton Asia was just. It wasn't. You got. This is like I said, 5, 6, and 7 years ago. I didn't use it. I used Filipino Cupid. I used Cherry Blossoms, and I used Christian Filipino. I did use Dayton Asia, but what happened is with Dayton Asia, then you would say you'd put a profile up with a picture and like 3 pages of my profile. My profile was 3 pages long. What I wanted, where I wanted to live, what I wanted to do, and what age, children, no children. You'd get 100 women responding, smiling at you because they can't contact you. You have to contact them. After that, you can send back all the messages for free. I mean, you get 100 women. Most of them were from Manila, but 2 people that just visited me, the last 2 people that visited me in the Philippines, had met the girl of their dreams. And we're going to get into if the girl is married, what can happen. But one man met a 40-year-old woman in Manila, and now she's the woman in one of our Outback Steakhouse dinners that they took us out for dinner. And his name is Eric, okay? And his girlfriend's name is Ilona. She's 40 years old. She looks like she's 25. She's drop dead gorgeous. She's a fantastic dancer. She clings to him like he's the man of her dreams, and he may very well be. But she does have 2 children in college, and Eric is putting the children through college. So, which is not a burden on him. So he had chose this woman long before he decided to meet her, and he knew that this girl was good for him. But she's married, and there's a problem with that. And I'll go on to that problem later on. And the other man that I met was a very successful man in the United States. And he met his girlfriend. Eric met this woman after just 2 or 3 conversations. He knew that this is the girl that he wanted to be with. And the second man who took us out to dinner 2 weeks ago, who was a very successful man in his own field, he met a girl. What's her name?
Nestler.
What, honey?
Nestler? Oh. Nestler.
Nestler. That's a hard name. Nestler. That was the first girl he spoke with on Dayton Asia. So there's some success, 2 people, 2 success stories. So I never used it, but when I got 100 people smiling at me, I said, no, this is no good. I thought the odds were better if only 5 girls returned your messages. But on Dayton Asia, you're going to go on there, and if you have a bell on your mail, it's going to start to sound like Christmas or New Year's. So, getting back to Vitrix and his comment, then I went on Dayton Asia only after being in the Philippines, and there's 100,000 women on Dayton Asia, and they're from China, Japan, Korea, and Philippines. So there's probably 35 or 40,000 women from the Philippines going back 2014, we're talking. Okay, so in order to go through their profiles, you got to spend a lot of time looking. And the girls use different pictures on different dating sites. So you really have to have a big screen and blow it up. So I found not many of the girls that I talked with on Christian Filipina or Filipina Cupid, but I found several. But that doesn't mean there weren't all on Christian Filipino or Christian Cherry Blossoms. They could all be using pictures of their sister or their cousin. And so they could all have a website on every website using different pictures. The dating sites don't vet these girls for proof of identification. They don't send in a picture of their license and give them an address or anything like that. It's just, I could throw up a picture of Daisy and say, my name is Daisy May and I live in the Philippines and I want to meet a man in America. And I could be the guy holding the cigar on the other end of the computer. So be careful who you're talking to, especially if they want you to do a live show, because there could be some big fat guy with a cigar on the other side going, you go first, making a video and figuring out where you live and then telling you that they're going to send it to your mother. In which case my mother would say, that's my boy. But I would not make a video like that. That is just totally sick. And the reason I said that's my boy is because I made a video that somebody filmed something a long time ago and then said, now I'm gonna show this to your mother. I was with a woman, and I'm gonna show this to your mother if you don't do this or that. Let me give you the right address so you don't give it to the neighbor. My mother doesn't give a flying shit. My mother would just be happy I was making love to a woman. Why would she care about that? She's my mother. And but the guy on the other end of the computer, they might have an ulterior motive that plastering that shit all over the internet. Be careful. Scott Del Fuego, I am prepared and trained to dive into the maelstrom thanks to being prepped by the rabbi. Thank you, Scott. Craig K. Mr. Fazio, I love the video you did comparing cheese, comparing the cheese that you love and the money you lost. Made me laugh. It is a memorable experience. Yeah, I have a video. Oh, God, I have a video of, I had 5 chunks of cheese, okay? And it was I don't know if it was Locatelli. It was grating cheese. I don't think it was Locatelli. It might have been a different name, grating cheese. And each chunk was $22, $23, $21. So I had $100 worth of cheese. And I just sent a woman enough money to buy a webcam so she could have, she said she had, boy, was I stupid back in 2010. She said she had enough money, but she didn't have money for a webcam. And her computer didn't have a webcam built into it, going back to 2010. So I sent her enough money to buy a webcam, and then I never heard from her again. And I made this video. I sent her the money, and she took my cheese. I could have had 6 pieces of cheese, and and it went on like that. Samuel saw the cheese video too, and Scott Del Fuego, that was some good cheese. Warm pasta and gravy. Man, let me throw the name of that video up in case someone wants to review that video. God, it's probably one of my favorite videos as well. I mean, a lot of them are my favorite video. And I don't know the name of it. It might have the word cheese in it. Cheese. Let's see if it says cheese. No, not gonna. I don't think it's gonna have the word cheese in it. I can't see. Hold on. It's not coming up with anything. I don't know what to say. It was a cool video. Oh, having all kinds of... Okay. If anybody knows the name of the video, I'll post the link. Cherry blossoms. Yeah, well, okay. So does anybody have any questions? Because I'll go back to reading the comments on the video called Filipino Cupid's 10 Most Common Scams for a few minutes, and I'll let you guys post your comments. Okay, so I have to go down a little bit on this page. I'm up to number 3. I have 70 notes. Okay, so number 3. Now, the first thing you should know is that even if they are scamming you, some of them will do cam shows if you offer them money. So you can watch their naked bodies, which is personally I find ridiculous, and have never given a woman money for sex cam, no matter how beautiful she is. Most of them will start out at a ridiculously high price of 4,000 pesos, and eventually they'll come down to about 500 pesos to be completely naked if you push the issue. Don't do it. Don't get naked on the camera, because chances are they're videotaping you, and chances are it's going to come back and kick you in the ass later on in the future. But the guys that want to do that, some of the girls will go along with it if you offer them money. Don't meet those girls. Come on, do I really have to tell you that they're really not worth meeting? Okay, and the 5th note that I have here, all these notes are on my Cherry Blossom video, Cherry Filipina Cuban 10 Most Common Scams. Let me get the name. Let me get the name here. I'm down to number 5. Let me get the name and I'll post it. All of these notes are in the comments section. Now it's not the pinned comment, because somebody else made a really cool comment. I liked the way his writing style, and I liked what he had to say. Democracy Doctor, thank you. Oh my Daisy, everybody's here tonight. Then Rabbi, this is Rabbi Jew Barker in the Philippines, baby. Thank you, Democracy Doctor. Daisy and I have, we're going to go out for dinner this week several times, honey. Come on over here and say hello. Hold on. 1 minute. So, Democracy Doctor. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this man. Kim and I have known each other only through a computer. I don't know what he looks like. If he ever made videos, it was under a different name. I kind of remember that, but I wouldn't tell you the name of the channel or what he made videos about. They were nothing evil. Okay, nothing evil. But he knows about Democracy Doctor knows what a mangina is. Okay, and there's a lot of manginas out there, and Democracy Doctor calls them guys that get sucked into these dating site scams. Say hello, sweetheart.
Hello, everyone.
And thank you very much for the super chat donation, Democracy Doctor. Now I'm going to say
Salamat sa kwarta.
His name?
Democracy Doctor 1, and Merry Christmas, and Vitrex.
Salamat. Okay, so Democracy Doctor knows a mangina when he sees one. Or he has another term. He might have even coined this term himself. The guys that give money to the girls online are called Save a Hoe. S-A-V-E, Alpha Hoe, H-O-E or H-O. Democracy Doctor has about 7 or 8 cute names for guys that get sucked into giving girls money. But mangina probably is the word that fits most of them best. So if you need advice about dating in the Philippines, you can come to me and I'll help you with whatever I can. I'll help you find, I'll give you suggestions to the islands that you can go to. I mean, I would never suggest to meet a girl in Manila. Big city girls, not interested. Province girls on faraway islands, like that. That's where you want to be. On an island like, I use this island because the last man that was visited me, what was the name of the island? Late, no, Samar. Samar and Lake Samar with an R. Samar, the island of Samar, and the island of Leyte. It's a province island. Mostly people are fishers and farmers. Girls, I know the man next door has been with the girl 4 or 5 years, Daisy said. Nice girl, quiet couple. And, yep. But democracy, Doctor, I mean, if there's a man like myself who knows the score, okay? So, and, but he comes on, you have to know him. I know him for several years now. You just have to, he comes onto a tread where somebody's going, oh, you're a cheap bastard. You don't want to give somebody money. And, oh, you're a saver hoe. Oh, the saver hoe is here. The mangina. What color is the mangina? Yeah, you gotta know democracy, Doctor, to understand it. And he has a good sense of humor. Just a good sense of humor. Thank you for the super chat, Democracy Doctor. We're gonna put that in a super chat video. We have thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much. Okay, so now, all right, Dayton Asia is now requiring a mobile number to send a text code to sign up. Okay, Scott, use my number. Not a problem. I have a legitimate number. We'll do this together when we're on the phone. I will call you. You will sign in. You will ask them. They will ask you for a cell number. You will give them my cell number. They will probably send me a code, and you can send them back the code, and you're in. Not a problem. Okay, Democracy Doctor says hello, Daisy May specifically. Where are you? Come on over here, honey. She changed again. She's got these outfits. Did you buy that yesterday?
No, I just like to wear.
Say hello to Democracy Doctor. Now he knows that Daisy's a good woman, and he was following me back years ago when I was dating around. And I know that's hard for you to. I'm not Cary Grant, but you don't have to be Cary Grant to date in the Philippines, baby. So Daisy, look how pretty Daisy is. God, that blue goes perfectly with your face. There was something I wanted to tell people about Daisy. There's so many things I could talk to you about Daisy. Like yesterday, she left at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to the city. She put a backpack on because my foot is still healing. She put a backpack on and a big bag, and then she went and she bought all the groceries that we need for 2 weeks and medicine for my foot and antibiotics that I'm going to start taking this afternoon. As soon as we're done, I'll take an antibiotic with lunch. And it was pouring rain. Okay, she just got up and left. We had a list. I knew she was going the day before, and she just got up and left and did that. Now, normally I do the shopping, but the last 2 times, because of my injured foot, Daisy did the shopping. And but she's wonderful like that. Okay, now most women, she has to walk 1,000 feet to get to the jeepney, and then wait for the jeepney, and then go to the city, and then walk at least 2 kilometers around from store to store to store to store to store. There was like 7 outside stores and 2 malls and a vegetable place. Daisy, If you want to see the definition of a good woman, Daisy is a good woman. Sometimes. Not all the time.
Yeah, nobody's perfect, you know.
But ang gugma buta. Ang gugma buta buta ang gugma. Yeah?
Yeah.
Love is blind, baby. Right? You say it in your dialect.
Ang gugma bota.
And it means
Love is blind.
that's right. So now, the democracy doctor, preach it, Rabbi. This is Rabbi Jew Barker in the Philippines doing a live stream on dating in Asia, where you need ninja psychic powers to figure out what they're thinking, what they want, and how they're planning to slip it in deep, hard, and dry, baby. Captain Democracy Doctor Save a Hoe. That was it. Rent a hoe. No, there's other ones. Rent a hoe. Captain Save a Hoe. Buy a hoe. He had all kinds of these cool comments. Yeah, baby. Nice hair. Well, oh, did you show Democracy Doctor your hair? Honey, we just had her hair straightened out. This is another good thing about Daisy talking about good women.
Yeah.
Daisy said to me 2 months ago. Now I'm going to tell you why Daisy's a good woman. Okay, she approached me. You know, we live in this house. She said, "May I get my hair straightened out?" She didn't say, "I want to have my hair straightened out." She says, "Is it okay if I get my hair straightened?" Now, I don't know nothing about this hair straightening stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know how much it costs. And I said, "Yeah, well, if that's what you want to do, that's fine." So I said, "Put it down on the list. We keep a list." Give me one of those lists. We keep a list of what needs to be done. I says, "I'll find a place in the city to do that." Okay, we keep a list, so just put it down. So I go into the city and I look at Studio 38. Okay, so Studio 38, and this is not the list, but Studio 38 has hair straightening. Says it on the sign in the front. It's about 2 blocks away from the BQ Mall. So I walk into the place. It's 2,500 pesos. You could go in any day. I said, "Does it matter how long the hair is?" "No." So I say, "Okay." So I told her, "Come home." I tell her that I found a place in the city for 2,500 pesos, which is $50. She goes, "No." I said, "Well, why not?" She goes, "Because in Mindanao, how much?"
500 sometimes.
500. 500 pesos. Okay. So I said, "Well, we're not in Mindanao. Just let me know when you want to go." So she goes, "I will find a place." So she went to the city and looked around and found places for 1,500.
900.
900 in the city?
Yeah, but only for last Monday.
Ah, right. 900 pesos, but it was a special promo. So then we looked around Alona Beach and we found a place not so far, maybe 20 minutes by tricycle. And she found a place for 800 pesos, which was air conditioned. So she shopped. Me, I would have just said, go to the city and get your hair done, because actually $50 for what the process that the man explained to me in Studio 38, Studio 38, the process takes 4 hours. For 4 hours for $50, that's cheap. In America, it costs $100. And Gary Bono, just confirmed that because he just gave his wife $100 to have her hair straightened out. So one thing you have to know, Daisy asked if she could, and then she shopped for a place that turned out to be 1/3 the price. And I didn't ask her to go shopping. I didn't even know people would do it for that. I just thought it was a set price. But the most important part of this conversation is she asked if she could have her hair done. And if I had said no, she would have been okay with that. But I didn't, because I don't deny Daisy anything she requests. And she doesn't deny me anything. If I say, Daisy, would you please get up in the middle of the night? My wound is hurting. Would you help me dress it? She just gets out of bed and helps me dress my wound. And now I only do it in the afternoon now. But if I have a problem, Daisy, can you go at night? We have a night light because we have security cameras, and it requires you have night vision on the security cameras, but they work better with the light. So she goes out. If it's raining, she goes out and puts the light on. This morning I woke up, the light was disconnected and the battery charger was on, and I got up at 7 o'clock. She had gotten up, I don't know, what time did you get up?
4 to 6 o'clock.
4 to 6 in the morning, removed the extension cord from the light and hooked up the battery charger on the machine. I mean, you know, come on. Yeah? Give me 500. She's a good woman, but why do you tell me that I'm the man that makes the decisions? Why do I make the decisions?
Michael is the boss. The amo.
Amu means what?
Boss.
Boss. I'm the boss. That's the truth. So, but we don't have those kind of issues between us. We don't have. So, can you find a good woman? So I'll tell you how I met Daisy. Okay, so I'm with my landlord, who I just came back from Lucky Lucy in Palawan, who I used to keep in the corner. And it was a romantic thing. And the landlord said, how did that work out? I said, nah, it didn't work out. She asked me for 2.5 million pesos to buy a dive boat so she could put my name on the side of the dive boat. In case I decide to visit Palawan, I could get free dive. So that was $60,000. Anyway, the landlord says, how old was she? I said, 40. She goes, too old. So what do you suggest? She goes, 18, 19, 20. Get a young one and train them. That's what my landlord said, my Filipino landlord. A couple of hours later, I was online. I see Daisy's 22. And Daisy's profile said that she was 5 foot tall. She weighed 38 kilograms, but she had 44-inch breasts. Okay. So I said, that's my kind of girl, you know. But, and you couldn't see her breasts in the picture. So I said to Daisy, hello, because we weren't talking back and forth. Hi, my name is Michael. I live in Bohol, but if you had 44-inch breasts, you would probably tip over. And Daisy didn't know what tip over meant. And the next day I get a response, and that's it. I'm never going to talk to her again. I had no intention of talking to Daisy. I never wanted to talk to her again. And the next day I get a hi from Daisy. Hi, how are you? Oh my God. So I go, wow, she's a real winner, this one. Real brain trust. And we started talking. Okay. And only because my landlord said, find one 18 or 20, not much older than that. Daisy was 22. She was already over the age limit for what my landlord suggested, but it worked out. So it's not always something you're looking for. And Lord knows that she does not have 44-inch breasts. That's the truth. You are Bakaku. She is a liar. A Bakaku. But that's how I met Daisy, because she lied in her profile. And she never lied again after that. So her hair ended up costing 800, and she gave the man 50 pesos.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How many pesos tip?
70 all.
70 pesos tip. So she gave him almost a 10% tip. And the guy was a ladyboy. Ladyboy or a gay?
What is the difference, ladyboy?
Transvestite. Ladyboy is someone that thinks they're a woman, and a gay just likes men. He was gay?
Yeah.
He was only gay. Nice guy, though. But he got a little upset with me when I said you have to give this man credit. He has a lot of stock in the store. Not thinking, and his face went, you know, because he knew I was videotaping, and he didn't want to say I don't know what was on his mind. I won't speculate. But when I meet a ladyboy, this is what I do. I usually, most of the ladyboys are well, they look feminine, number one, but some of them have a beard also. I mean, they didn't shave today. They got a beard, by the way. And I usually put my hand in front of them and I go, guapo, guapo ka, which means handsome man. And then they go, oh, I'm not a man. I'm a ladyboy. And I'm going, you sure look like a man. Are you sure? Tanud ka? Tanud ka? The Lee? Man? Yeah. Tanud na. Tanud na. Tanud na. I'm a ladyboy. So that's what I usually do to them to make sure that I want to know that they know that they're sure. And they have no problem telling you they're a ladyboy. Because some men go to the Philippines just to experience a ladyboy, which is another story for another day. The guy told me, you should experience ladyboys. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? And I got up out of the party and we left. After I knew these people for like 6 months. Didn't have much to do with those people again. Scott says he's my oath and he's going to try to find a woman like Daisy. I don't know what Scott looks like, but I don't believe a word of it. Now, Chinaman MBS. Daisy looks so unique. And Maganda. What is Maganda? Beautiful?
Yeah, maganda in Tagalog is guapa.
Guapa. Salamat.
Ganda.
Henry C. Reverend, does Daisy's family approve of your relationship? Are they afraid you will take her away from them? You answer that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, they're approved. They're okay, and then they're not afraid.
They're not afraid of anything. They're perfect. I met the woman, the mother, wonderful lady. She's a hardworking woman. She works on a banana plantation, picking. The job she has, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it. She's a hardworking woman. She just does it day after day after day. And her husband, the Daisy's father, he cooks and does the cleaning. They have a reverse role, and he also makes what kind of wine?
Coconut.
Coconut wine for a small income.
And sale the vinegar.
Vinegar. Sales vinegar?
Yeah.
You buy
the tuba, first it makes suka when it takes for a month, and then it will taste vinegar.
Okay, so Daisy's father makes a coconut wine out of coconut juice, and then after 4 months it becomes vinegar, and then he sells the coconut wine as what's called tuba, and then after 4 months it turns to vinegar, and then he sells it as vinegar. Suka. Okay, so the democracy doctor, love is from the Angugma Bota, love is blind. Democracy doctor says he happens to be blind also. Democracy doctor. The philosophy of the democracy doctor is ascending onto the chat live. To understanding women is easy, gents. That's some sarcasm there. Understand hypergamy.
What's hypergamy?
Hypergamy. Let's take a look, and then we'll post. We'll post what hypergamy is, if I can. Let's see what hypergamy meaning. I have to stand up and read behind the screen because I can't. Oh, maybe I could scroll down. I could scroll down. The action of marrying a person of superior caste or class. I don't know that I ever met a woman that was of a superior caste or class. Now, they all think they are from a superior caste or class, but that might not be the truth. I'll put this definition down at the bottom. Now, not the women in America have that opinion. There are rich women in the Philippines. He's right about one thing. There are some rich women in the Philippines. Typically, they won't go out with a foreigner. Now, I've never seen a rich woman in the Philippines go out with a foreigner.
Some artists, many artists.
Some are artists.
Yeah.
The rich
artists.
Philippines artists. Yeah, they have a higher education. They don't have much to do with foreigners. The rich upper class of the Philippines have very little to do with foreigners. So that's one point I forgot to make. Okay. You're not gonna like if there's the vegetables right by my store from Peter across the street from ICM Mall. He had a beautiful daughter, was about 24 or 25 years old, 5 years ago now. And she would have been in my dating range. She wouldn't date me. She didn't want to date me. I used to go there every 2 or 3 weeks. I was a gentleman to her. Peter was, hey, Mike, how you doing? She just didn't want to date a foreigner. She didn't have a boyfriend. She just wasn't going to date a foreigner. And they're rich. They considered rich people. I was Tambok. I was not Tambok then. Oh, yeah, maybe I was. Okay, maybe because I was fat. Didn't matter. Any other girl that I asked to go out, pretty much 90% of the other girls I asked to go out, I was the same weight. I've been the same weight most of my life. Hey, look, do I give a shit? No, believe me, I don't care. I never cared and I'm never going to care. You got to have to understand dating in life. Forget the Philippines or anywhere else you might be. There's 90,000 women out there that are single. Okay. It's just a question. If you have enough money to date 90,000 women, most of them will go out with you. If you want to get right down to the bare bones about it, just tell them what you want to do and get right down to it. Just don't dick around. That might be what's on their mind when they look at you. They might not have gotten it for 2 or 3 days and they need it again. Okay? That might be something so don't be afraid. This is just a normal thing in life. So, and if they don't like that attitude, that's okay too, because what do they expect? To say hello to you, hi, how you doing? Let's go out on a date, and you marry them and you become their indentured slave for the rest of your life? I should tell the story. Marrying a woman. This is Democracy Doctor. You'll be able to use this one. If you want to understand what it's like to marry a woman, and you want to take a test run at this, you need to go to a place like India where they have Bengal tigers, 400, 500-pound Bengal tigers, or jaguars. Find a female jaguar or find a female Bengal tiger in heat and try to mount it. And that's what it's like to be married to the average woman. That's not opinion. That's fact. You can take those words to the bank. You can bring those words to your marriage counselor. I have several videos up. I do marriage counseling on the side because I have an understanding of the female psyche. So once again, for you men out there that are contemplating marriage, if you want to make a test run at marriage, just to try to get a taste of what it's like to be married, go to India or the Sahara, someplace in Africa, find a full-grown female jaguar or a full-grown female Bengal tiger or a full-grown female lion. Make sure this female is in full-fledged heat, and then try to mount it as a human being. And then you will understand what it's like to be married. And not until then. The only other option is to actually get married and suffer the consequences. This is Rabbi Jew Barker in the Philippines with words of wisdom. Take that to your marriage counselor and ask them what they think about that, especially if you have a female marriage counselor, and especially with the understanding that you are projecting this thought concept to this female marriage counselor as something that you would like to share with her, so she might understand your mental capacity, that what you think about marriage, because it's a trial run for just to try to mount that Bengal tiger. Now you're married to the Bengal tiger in heat, as he slowly puts his glasses back on and goes back to Philosophy 101. Scott and Democracy Doctor having a conversation, very nice. And Democracy Doctor says, no, Democracy Doctor and Scott and anybody else who's here, go to my super chat dinner or go do the Zumba. What? There's a Zumba. Watch the Zumba, and then look at me. I'm overweight, and the two other men. We have 3 Zumba videos up on YouTube with Daisy and the girls. One is Eric's girlfriend, 40 years old, from Manila, beautiful woman. The other one is Peekaboo 2 for you. His girlfriend's name is Ilona. Nestler, Nestler, Nestler. Go look at these girls and Daisy, and then compare me and Peekaboo 2 for you and Eric, and you'll see that looks are not important. Angugma buta, angugma. Love is blind in the Philippines, baby. Samuel put the video with the cheese, yeah? Okay, I'm going to just copy the link. Oh, can't do that. Yeah, I could. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put down cheese. Cheese video. I'm going to put that down. And then I'm going to put the link down. I think that's the cheese video. Thank you for finding that to me. Hello, the boss, Daisy May. Yeah, Samuel, you keep repeating that. Democracy Doctor understands. Okay, when you pay the freight, you're the boss. That's pretty, yeah. Well, in America, you have said that in America, you'd be right up against the Bengal tiger solution. But here, the women want you to be the boss here. They don't require it, but they want somebody to take care of them, and they will take care of you in a feminine fashion. The house is clean, the clothes are clean, the refrigerator is immaculate. If I took you over to my refrigerator and showed you the inside of it, you'd think it's brand new. Daisy keeps everything spectacularly clean. That in and of itself is worth a lot, because I will not wake up and see dishes in the sink. I don't leave them in the sink, but if we had dinner, when we have dinner, every time we have dinner, Daisy and I do the dishes and the pots immediately after dinner. If she was the kind of girl that says leave until tomorrow, forget that. If I have to tell the girl the garbage needs to go out, forget that. I'm not interested in asking a girl to take out the garbage, because then she'll say, why don't you do it? And I'll just say, well, why don't you pay the rent? And that would be the end of the whole thing is over. And for me, 45 seconds. That's how long it takes. for me to make a decision, a life-changing decision. I don't care. But Daisy doesn't exhibit any of those points of view, so it doesn't have anything to do with her. But the girl who I dated for 6 months and then told me she had 2 children a couple of weeks before Christmas and needed 20,000 pesos for a camera, what are you talking about? And I just walked away. I said, you told me you didn't have any children. Yeah, but they live with my mother. We're done. We're done. We're done. Goodbye. And I just walked away. I don't need to have this thing take prolonged for 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 hours. We're done. You lied. We're done. Daisy never lied to me, except about the 44-inch breast. Yes, Daisy, you picked on Michael enough. I mean, yes, Samuel, you picked on me enough. Okay. God bless. 44. Yeah, imagine that. That would be an amazing thing. 44-inch breasts on a 5-foot tall girl. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. God, the things you could do on tape with that. Yeah, you could. No. Democracy. Yeah, that guy. You know, that guy, Brian Skelton. What a piece of garbage that guy is. God. All right. Vitrix, thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for the super chat donation. And I on the other video, I posted my. If you want to say hello on the phone, leave me a message, and I'll on any of my videos anywhere, and I'll, you know, my recent videos, and I'll send you my Facebook account. Okay.
You can search your name, not a friend.
What, honey?
He can search you in Facebook.
No, there's so many Michael Fazios in this world. There's a lot.
Only one face.
John Boone, hello. What did you say, Daisy?
Only one face.
Right, but you don't always see the face. I don't know. I couldn't find me on Facebook if I went to the internet cafe. I don't know why. Berserk Breege. When did we think we will get the microchips in hand? When they have enough control to do that, that's when they're going to put them in. Not going to be. I mean, there are, you know, people are complaining about a lot of stuff, but no one does anything about it. I did something about it. I made thousands of videos about the United States government screwing us, the insurance companies screwing us, the banks screwing us, the corporations screwing us, the cost of doctors, the cost of dentists screwing us, Al Sharpton screwing us, Hillary Clinton screwing us, now Trump is screwing us, Obama's screwing us. I did something about it, and all I did for the 8 million views I have now and several million views before, and the fact that my videos play on millions and millions of times more than I get credit, and I didn't change anything. So people say, you know, there are things that you could do. Let's say the doctor, just, you know, they say, well, you have to go get a microchip if you want your money. Well, what happens if the doctor falls down or something like that? Then you can't put the microchip in you, can you? But no one ever does anything about it. I've done more to help the American people than most other people could even comprehend. I've abused every person in the government and every corporation, including the scam that they run at the toll roads. Okay? I mean, I have videos up. The name of the video eludes me now, but it has to do with Easy Pass. Go to my home channel and look at Easy Pass. You could get for $1.75 or a $3, depends on what the toll is on 75 that shoots across Florida. They have a toll road there. You get a $3 bill. It goes onto your license plate. They don't even have toll booths anymore. So now you have to check your mail for a bill. It goes straight to your mailing address, your license plate billing address. Well, let's say you're in Europe and you don't get the mail. Well, it goes from $3 to to a penalty of like, I think it's $50 or $60 penalty for not paying it. It's $3 the first 30 days. You got 30 days to pay it once the bill comes in the mail. After that, there's a penalty of $50 or $60. After that, you have a court appearance, and then after that, you lose your license if you don't show up at the court appearance. Well, you're in Europe, and you don't have anybody to collect your bills, and you don't have anybody to collect your mail. And then you come back from Europe, and you get into a car, and you drive your car off the road from the airport or wherever it's stored, and you get arrested for driving without a driver's license. The whole system sucks. Go look up my Easy Pass. I had 5 motor vehicles and boats, and because of a seatbelt ticket, my insurance, it cost me $5,000 for a seatbelt ticket because the insurance on all 5 vehicles went up for 5 years. 10% on all 5 vehicles and boats, and it went up that 10% for 5 years until it got off my record. A seatbelt ticket cost me $5,000. Okay. But the other way, you lose your license and you have to pay. Your insurance goes up. Now you get caught driving your car without a license. So now you have an unlicensed, uninsured driver. Or your insurance goes up 30 or 40%. Say you have 2 or 3 vehicles and a truck, or you have a trucking company and they're all under your name. Now you got to move everything to somebody else's name or a corporation and pay for that. But they just shove it up your butt. So that's why I moved to the Philippines. I have videos going back to 2010 telling you I'm going to move to the Philippines. Okay? You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. People that know me know I have videos going back to 2000, and I made them before that too. So when is the chip coming in? When they decide to do it. Maybe if some of the hospitals or some places that put the chips in, and maybe if they had some catastrophic event happen to them, maybe they wouldn't have chips that day. But nobody will ever know that because those kind of things don't happen to those kind of people. Because most people don't have the spine of a snail. Good night, Scott. Thank you. I'll call you tomorrow about that dating thing, and I'll give you the number. Where's Bosco? Super easy to find a Philippine, like throwing a fishing line off a dock during feeding time. That's about right. Now, a good one is a little bit more difficult. And a great one, like Daisy May, that's hitting the lotto. Ah, the hypergamy that I found was different. Okay, yeah. Monkey branch. Yeah, I got that. So the grass is always greener in the next pasture is hypergamy. For the definition that Democracy Doctor got. The end of the paper money. Okay, sorry, I need my glass. Hi, Samuel Nomad Packet. Biggest difference I have experienced in the Western Girls Philippines. Yeah, Democracy Doctor. The male. I am also the ultimate male chauvinist pig. And I explained that in my marriage counseling seminars that I did back in 2011 and 2012. And I did quite a few of them. Most of them I had to take off the internet because they involved the DOD of all things, the dildo burger, and some pretty damn crazy shit. They were all on my Patreon account in case anybody's interested. Okay, so here we are. All right, Samuel put the video up of my marriage counseling. Thank you, Samuel. Daniel Finn, Asawa Ka Daisy English Ma'ayo Kayo. Yes, she's actually learning quite well to speak English. Thank you, Daniel Finn. Where's Bosco? Yep. I'm the most out person spoken on YouTube in the most bizarre and crazy fashion to ever speak about Obama. And then in every one of those videos, I sent to whitehouse.org. The most bizarre and craziest video with Obama riding on the DOD and taking the dildo burger backwards and everything like that. And then I would copy the link in the title and send it to the department, whitehouse.org. No joke. No joke. I sent those videos to the White House. I hated that son of a bitch. Where's Bosco? There's been problems all along the border, Bosco. Where's Bosco with the caravan? It's just that they, quote, they who run the media don't want to talk about it. And it was easy for them to hide when it was several hundred miles away. But now it's not so easy for them to hide it because more reporters can go and visit Tijuana. It's just Tijuana. I've been in Tijuana one time when I was 14. You just go across the bridge and you're in Tijuana. John Boone, yeah, doctors are expensive, John. I'm sorry to hear that. It's a lot of money for doctors. But they're robbing you. I mean, all right. They do something that you can't do, and they spend a couple of $100,000 now for medical. But they're usually not all, because my friend was poor, went to med school. But then when he graduated med school, I bought this guy breakfast, lunch, and dinner, paid for his drinks for 4 or 5 years that we were drinking together and partying together. From the time I was 16 years old, I used to take him to concerts because he had no money. And then when I graduated high school, I took him to the Wings concert. I took him to the Pink Floyd concert. I bought front row seats, 4th row, front mezzanine seats, respectively, for those concerts. $50 a ticket. When we were 17, that was like $500 a ticket now. And he became a doctor. And the first time I asked him for a favor, I was 30 years old. I paid for hundreds, thousands and thousands of dollars for his food and expenses when we hung out together, because I worked and he studied and went to school. And when he became a doctor, he stuck it right in my ass. Okay? I was 30 and my brother was 28, and we needed a medical exam, a checkup to get certified for scuba diving. And he tells me he owed me tens of thousands of dollars. I did a job for him at his house, would have cost him like $2,500. I did it for free when he got out of med school. I did it for free. I paid for the fuel to move his furniture from one place, his father's house and his apartment, to his new house that he just bought, a freaking house. Then I took the front, and I had to make it wasn't moving furniture. I had a 16-foot step van that I paid for the fuel myself back in I guess it was 81, and it was like $80 for fuel. I'm going to say $80, okay? Which was a lot of money. It was a whole day's pay for somebody back then. And then I took his picture window out, an 8-foot picture window out, and then so that we could put his 9-foot couches in that he had to have as a doctor, and 9-foot reclining couches mixed in with beds and shit like that. And then it took a whole It took his whole family 2 or 3 days of me going back and forth with the truck and loading the truck and then helping them unload the truck. And then we put all the stuff in his yard on the tops. And then I took the window out and put the stuff up on the second floor where it belonged. The stuff on the first floor we brought in the house. The family took 2 or 3 days for 8 or 10 people to do this. And I fell asleep before dinner. He couldn't wake me up. I ended up going home. I ate like dinner. I don't even remember what we had for dinner. And the next time I saw him was several years later. Well, the next time he never asked me for anything after that. And then I wanted, when I was 30 years old, for him to just check out me and my brother, just pat our boys down and make us cough and give us. He tells me I need to give him $300. Piece of shit that he was. Okay? Tells me, I said, I'm never going to talk to you again for the rest of your life, ever. Don't you ever talk to me, ever. Don't come on my job. Don't try to apologize. Don't ever talk to me again. We were friends for 14 years. So they suck, doctors. Once they become doctors, they're different people. Got off topic here. Okay. Yeah, I heard they have good dental in Mexico. Where's Bosco? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Fazio and saying God day to everybody from Michael Fazio and
Easy May
in the Philippines, baby. Ping Permy. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you very much for helping out again today. Thank you, Democracy Doctor Vitrix. Merry Christmas for the super chats. We'll make a video on that. Thank you. And we're going to go now. Samuel, I have somebody to call if they left me a message on Facebook. And maybe we'll talk in a few days. And okay, good night. Good night, Democracy Doctor. Thank you very much. We'll have, this time I won't have a dead battery when I do my super chat dinner. Okay. Bye-bye for now, guys. David Tolgren, good night. Thank you for stopping by, David Tolgren. I can't see without my glasses. Where's Bosco? Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to put this screen down. You guys can continue chatting for about 5 or 6 minutes because I took a screenshot of this, and I'm also going to save the comments. So in case anybody, in case I missed anything that I should see, I'm going to save a screenshot, and then I'm going to copy the comments. So you guys just continue chatting. Not a problem. And I'm going back to the live stream. I'm at the bottom of the page. Yeah, where's Bosco? The caravan thing is the sickness that is pervading all of this world. And that was their plan from a long, long time ago. If you want to understand the caravan plan, well, first of all, you could look up Agenda 2030. That's number one. Number two, you can more specifically look up a document called Report from Iron Mountain, where 13 of the world's smartest people get together, and it appears as if they're trying to save the world by telling people what will make the world a better place. But if you take that as 1984 doublespeak, what they are actually telling you is how to destroy the world. And these scientists were hired by President John F. Kennedy, and he knew exactly what he was doing. And why he hired these people was to find out how to, supposedly, how to save the world. But nothing could be further from the truth. The report from Iron Mountain is a playbook on how to destroy the world. That's how I read it. It's in a PDF format. It has never changed a word in the 12 years I've been reading it. And everything in the PDF is coming true to play. You can download it. It has no viruses because it's a PDF. And it takes about, if you want to read it slowly, it takes about 3 hours to read. If you're a fast reader, which I'm not, because if I don't understand something, I reread it twice. It takes maybe an hour the second time around, because it is so mind-blowing to read this document that you won't believe it was created in 1963. You're just not going to believe that they had such evil minds working for the United States government in 1963. But what you're seeing now with this caravan and what you're seeing with the chemtrails and the pollution in the ocean and stuff like that is exactly how they tell you that your nation will be saved if you don't import foreigners into your country. And that's when they just started importing large masses of people back in the 60s. So they used the report from Iron Mountain as a playbook to destroy America. Report from Iron Mountain. I'll give you the name in the description down below. I'll give it to you. So in case you didn't hear the word report from Iron Mountain, I need to put my glasses on. Hold on a minute. All right, so here's the name of the report and what it is. Lachenberg, good night. Thank you, my friend. There's a good man. Okay, good night, Democracy Doctor David Togenberg. Where's Foster, Samuel Funkhaus, Joe Rosen, Funkhauser, good night. More dollar bill wisdom. There's lots of wisdom. Just search dollar bill on my page, or just search on my page. Just put the word dollar on my page. 1,000 videos will show up. Okay. Roshan Funkhauser. That's a pretty cool name, but I got to tell you, I remember it because it is a cool name, but I'll remember seeing it. But I won't. I mean, if someone said to me, "What's the strangest name on the channel today?" you would win hands down, my friend. So hold on a minute. I got one more thing to do. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to end this live stream and say goodbye now. As soon as this file loads properly. Okay, it loaded properly. I'm going to save it. All right, there we go. Where's Bosco? My brother is an ICE agent here. Thanks, Rosenhausen. Thanks, Faz. God bless you too. God bless back. That Dennis Adam. Dennis, don't think I don't see all your comments. And every one of them involving the credit card information about calling the credit card company. I saw it, and I understand that that's possible, but it wasn't something that I had to do yet. But I understand it is possible to do that. Thank you for that information. All right, then. You know what I could do? If you guys want to talk for a few minutes, I'm gonna have lunch, and then I'll say goodbye. So I'll leave it open for you guys to talk for a few minutes, and I'll have my lunch. You guys are having a nice conversation, and I don't have anything that I'm going to talk about that you can't hear. Honey, what do we have for lunch? Tangkon? Yeah. Fresh spinach? Yeah. And what? What are we going to make with that? You want the egg in the top, the same? We're going to have the stalks, the stems, and eggs. Yeah. That works fine for me. We take the spinach and we cut the stalks off the bottom of the leaves and cut them into about half-inch pieces, about that long. And we put a little, like a stir fry, like the Japanese stir fry, a Chinese stir fry. And we stir fry those a little bit, and then we put the garlic. We don't fry the garlic. We put the garlic on top of it. Now I'm talking about a bed of the stalks, the hard part. They're not hard, but they're the harder part. Most people would throw them out, but I think that's the tastiest part of the leafy spinach. I like it, and it's good roughage. So there's about that much in the frying pan. After we stir fry that for a few minutes, we just throw crushed garlic on top of it, or sliced thin, and then I open up 6 eggs and just put the eggs on top of that bed of vegetables, salt and pepper naturally, and then I put a cover on it. I shut the burner off and I let it cook until the whites of the eggs are cooked and the yellow is still soft. That's how I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go over there and get something, a snack at least. I haven't had it. I had 1 egg since 7:30 this morning. Oh God, I'm gonna show you. Well, she's working over here. Oh my God. This is the leafy part that we put in last. This is the leafy part, okay? And this here are the stems. We cook those first. And then we put the, well, I guess we're going to use the leafy part today too. So we put this in first. When that's stir fried with salt, pepper, we add the garlic, and then we'll mix this on top. And then on top of the leaves, we'll put 6. Now, this is a lot. We'll put 6 or 8 eggs on top and put a cover on it and let the steam from the vegetables cook the eggs. Plus, we have garlic and onions being chopped as I speak. All right, honey. You guys can continue having your conversation. That's okay. It's okay for me, that's for sure. Roshan Funkhauser. I'm not Jewish. I'm Italian. Rabbi Jew Barker is a name I chose to be a little bit different on YouTube. And if you were to look up Rabbi Jew Barker, I'm the only one in the world. So I had cards made up with Rabbi Jew Barker when I grew the beard of wisdom, and I got a lot of views from that because people would come to my channel thinking I was a real rabbi. Sorry to disappoint, but shalom. All the same, I grew up in an Italian, a Jewish, Irish, and German neighborhood and a lot of Polish, some Polish, not a lot, but Irish, German, Jewish, and Italian were pretty much evenly mixed. And I understand the Jewish culture. And the man who taught me more about carpentry and concrete work, his name was Irving Klein, and he was a real rabbi, and so was his brother Stanley and Irving Klein. And I learned a lot about Jewish religion and philosophy from them, but I'm not a real rabbi. And they were the two kindest, nicest people you ever meet, and honest people you'd ever meet in your life. So I don't have anything against Jewish people at all. I have a lot of problems with the Jewish politicians and the people that run the country. But Jewish people in general, I have always found to be nice. I grew up with them. They were my friends as children, and in the neighborhood and the way I grew up in, it was all good. Well, there are Jewish symbols on the dollar bill, but give me a reference what you're talking about, please. That the dollar bill implies to keep the Torah. It implies to keep religion. The Ark of the Covenant's on there, but so is the Skull and Bones, and so is the owl from the Secret Society of. All those symbols are Jewish. Well, yeah, you know what? The Ark of the Covenant is definitely a Jewish symbol. Yeah, you know what? From when you think of it from that perspective, later it became known as a Christian symbol, but originally it was created for the Jews. And yeah, from that point of view, I might have to do a whole thing on that. Yeah, I know it's Jewish, but I think it symbolizes the Vatican in today's world, because the Roman Catholic Church is the one God. But then you go back to the God of the Jews, who was God, okay? And God gave them everything, okay? So Christ, oh boy, it's really complicated to get involved with that conversation, but yes, the Ark of the Covenant was given to the Jews. Christ probably would have gone along with being Jewish just fine. The church later became the symbol that I think represents the Ark of the Covenant, because the Vatican controls America. But if you really want to get involved with who controls the Vatican, you could go back and say that the Jews control the Vatican the same way they control the government and Congress that we have now. So basically, something controls the world. It may outright, it's the Vatican. Not so forthright, it's the Jews that probably give the Vatican orders. And then it might be something else supernatural or something we don't comprehend. So As far as the symbols are concerned, yeah, there was also, maybe I associate with the Ark of the Covenant because it's written about in the Bible. I never read the Torah. Are you familiar with it? Is there a story about the Ark of the Covenant in the Torah? Oh yeah, where's Bosco? You're right about that. I don't consider, if I was going to choose something to believe in, I would choose to be a Buddhist. But anybody that knows what a Buddhist means you don't believe in anything except, the universe. Yeah, that part about, I know that Israel is supposed to take over the world. I've read the Bible many times. Yeah, well, the Bible was written by Sir Francis Bacon, and or revised by Sir Francis Bacon between the years. I think for 7 years or 6 years he revised the Bible before King James Bible came out. Sir Francis Bacon, who was a Mason, which is very Jewish in its origin or workings, the higher echelon of its workings are Jewish. So King James Bible was basically written by a Mason, and Masons go back to before recorded history. They go back probably to the Great Pyramid, and they may very well have Jewish origin. But right now, I need to get a snack. You want to leave some comments there? I'll check on that in a minute. And I also want to use the outside. And put it on high speed, yeah. That's better, yeah. You need help? Sure. I'm gonna take my phone. When I come back in, um, when I come back in, I'm gonna turn that super chat off. So I see 17 people there. I'll leave it on. You guys are really having a nice time. I'll just leave it on. Enjoy yourself.
Last Christmas, gave you a card. From the very next day, gave it away. This tear, slipping for fear, I give it someone special. To let you know I'm so bad that I used to you see I'm so thankful now that I know I'll always be thinking of you. With all the things you taught me so, always remember I'll be your guide, I'll be your friend, I will be good and loving your
All righty, I'm back. I'll read the comments. Somebody mentioned the 9/11 story. That's going to be a live stream coming up. I'm doing my research now on that architects for 9/11, which are a bunch of lying liars. They lie. Not only do they lie, they tell you the truth about what could have happened with 9/11, but the key figures, that the key architects behind 9/11 that live in New York and are completely behind it are not mentioned in Architects for 9/11 Truth at all. I sent them emails, multiple emails. They never responded when I told them I had information that would be, they might want to put up in their site. They never want to, they don't actually want the truth. The Architects for 9/11 Truth, it's another scam, so that you will join their group. Trusty Shellbank says, have you read the Talmud? Yeah, I read the Talmud. I read enough of the Talmud to know that that is not a good thing. And I can also tell you, I have a video up about George W. Bush. If you go to my homepage and put the name George Bush into the search engine, you're going to come to a video in front of the New York Public Library. And on March 5th through 7th of 1991, George Bush sold America out and made the Talmud law the de facto law of America, whereas the truth that I'm going to portray to you in the next minute or so is the truth. And the truth is that the Talmud law supersedes American law, and that right now, today, if you profess to be a Christian, you can be beheaded according to Talmud law. It's not just the Arabs and the Muslims that behead people. And that's a true story. Now, you can go to my homepage and put George Bush in on my homepage. You're going to come to a video. And in the description box, I give you all the links to that Rabbi McPherson. Rabbi McPherson, on his birthday, or for his birthday, George W. Bush signed America over to the group, or to the Talmud law. It's the truth. I'm not lying to you. It's the truth. Whereas Bosco, I talked about that on my live stream last week, that the bishops were told not to talk about the pedophile case that's going on involving 300 bishops and 1,000 children over 30 years. Yeah, they like to cover that crap up. Like, the Catholic Church is corrupt from the top down. Okay, I went. Yeah, you know, the United States was sold to the Talmud Jews, given, sold, or signed over on March 5th to 7th of 1991 by George Bush, the father, senior. It's the truth. Yeah, Samuel. I mean, where's Bosco? I got you there. I have no respect for the church either. Yep. Trusty Shellbank. Yeah, words are words of wisdom. Yeah, that's a good documentary. Where's Bosco? Follow the Money, 9/11. All right, I'll look up. I'm gonna copy these notes down. Okay, I'm gonna go back up to where I knew I had the notes copied from. I have no time right now to do that, unfortunately. I am very hungry and my lunch is done. Okay, I have. Yeah, if I get a chance, Roshan Funkhauser, if I get a chance, okay, I have to put this down. Oh, Daisy, we're done. Did you eat yet? Oh, I copied something incorrectly. Hold on, I gotta do this from. You can't copy these notes from the bottom, from the top down. You have to copy them from the bottom up. I wasn't sure if you could copy them from the top down. They have to be copied from the bottom up. If you copy them from the top down, it only shows you, I don't know, some kind of weird pattern. It shows you the faces of the people, but not the words. And if you're copying it to a Word document, I'll just go to the bottom of the page. Now I know that that's separate. That's all right, gentlemen and ladies. I'm going to say goodbye. As soon as these notes post onto my Word document, and they did. Okay, Samuel. Have a nice day. All right, gentlemen, ladies, I'm going to shut this off. I have to get back onto the computer after lunch. You know what? Hold on. There's still 16 people here enjoying themselves. You know what I'll do? I'll just leave this stuff up. Yeah, I don't know. We have terrible internet here. I'll leave this up. You guys talk. I'm going to have lunch. I'll show you what the end result of this looks like for those of you who are interested. The end result is this. Eggs on top of the stalks and the leaves. And it's really good. Good. Daisy also put inside here, I see she mixed in some, what is known as canton noodles. It's like a spaghetti, but it's made with eggs. Kind of like egg noodles, but they're more round. This is very good, Daisy. Very good. So no, it's not. Wow. This might be the best batch we have all week. For the bath?
No, just wash my face and my arm.
Yeah. I made your Roshan Funkhauser. I made your comment public. It went into the spam mode. But I don't see anything wrong with the comment itself. I think it's pretty true. Wow. You wanna? Do we have the number for the brothers?
The brothers bar?
Yeah.
No, it's smart. Did not memorize the number that I asked last time.
I thought you wrote it down.
Only my number. I gave it to them, but they did not give me the telephone number.
Really? They have a landline?
Yeah, so there's the telephone near the counter.
Well, we go there later for dinner, for the super chat dinners. You have to get their numbers, okay?
Maybe you still have a load. Although you can send a message.
Okay. Hello, Pamela. I ended the live stream. Technically, I ended the live stream about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, but the people were having a conversation involving philosophy. It's an interesting conversation, so I'll let it play out as long as it goes. Thank you for stopping by. Pamela Carr brought us our last super chat dinner. I hope you saw the video we made, understanding it was only a cell phone video, but the food was good. I explained what happened. The camera got kicked on somehow. The switch was hit inside my carry bag. I had bought chicken. I had bought some cucumbers. I had bought a couple of other little odds and ends at the store, and one of those things pushed down on the button, and the battery in the camera died. So I had to make it with a cell phone. But we did have a nice super chat dinner, thanks to you and Blue Rose. Thank you. Where's Bosco? Misses the Philippines. Yeah?
You have load.
You have a load?
Yeah.
Send them a message. Ask for the Globe number or the landline number, because I want to know what they have available for dinner tonight. Tell them it's, Michael and Daisy met, yeah? Where did I put my phone, honey?
Don't go away.
Okay. I'll get you guys the link for the video that whereas George Herbert Walker Bush sold America out, the law of America is now the Talmud law. You're not going to believe it, but it doesn't matter what you believe. It's documented, and it's the truth. America in America today, if you profess to be a Christian, legally, it is allowable to decapitate you using any means necessary. I know that you're going to say that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Why did it not pop right up? Hold on. Didn't pop up on the first page. No. YouTube removed that video. No. Yeah. No. Okay, I got it. No, we're going, how could they remove that video? There was no cursing in it. I just posted the truth. Okay, so I'm going to give you the name of the video. I'm going to tell you that the no-hide laws were passed by Congress 1991. No-hide laws passed by Congress 1991. Death by guillotine. And it has all the links in the description box of this video. Every one of them. When it was done, who did it. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to send, that's the title. Pamela Carr. Pamela. Thank you, Pamela. Let me get the title for the other people so that they can see. I'll get the link for the video. And I'm going to come back to you in a minute, Pamela. Okay, that's the title of the video. Yeah, that's right. Now that's a true story. But first, I'm going to say hello to Pamela. Pamela, let me ask you a question. Do you have an American phone number? And do you have any questions about the Philippines? Or anything about the dollar bill that I can help you with? And if you do, I'll give you my Facebook. I'll put my Facebook, the link to my Facebook page. If you send me a friend request and you have a Facebook page, if you have a Facebook page and you send me a friend request, I will personally call you up. If you have questions about the Philippines, the lifestyle here, the people, where to live, which is even more importantly. Here's the Facebook link, because there are a lot of places in the Philippines that you wouldn't want to live, and what there is to do here. Now, John Boone, thank you. I'll look. What is your Facebook page name, John Boone? Well, but we are already friends. That's right. I know that from 2 weeks ago. Pamela, it's not a problem. Actually, Pamela, I enjoy talking to people from America, so you would be doing me a favor a lot more than I would be. Actually, I try to spend at least 5 hours a week talking to people from America about anything. Because here, as much as I love Daisy, and I do, there's not much conversation in the Philippines about America, about one-on-one conversation. Like if I go to the mall and I start talking about America, most of the foreigners are not from America, number one. Number two, they don't even like Americans, most of the foreigners. And I don't like most of the foreigners. So I really can't converse. There's a few people that say, hey, Rabbi, hey, Michael, how you doing? And we talk, but we talk about the same thing every time. We talk about some of them. One of them is a very religious guy. Oh, God. I can't make him understand that religion is a great story, but it's not real. And the Bible, he just keeps quoting me scripture after scripture after scripture after scripture. But he's been very friendly. His name is Uragi, or you're a guy. Nice guy, but oh my man, Bible this and Bible that. And he's a Jehovah's Witness. Another person I talked to from America, every time we talk, he tells me how broke he is and he's going to have to leave the Philippines, insinuating that it would be great if somebody from America would help him out to pay his bills here. At which point I just pack up and leave. So, oh, I believe that the pyramid is the altar. It's on the top of the pyramid. In my book, Angels on the Ark, I wrote that it's called a table, and it's 44 feet by 44 feet. Yeah, in my book, Angels on the Ark, I describe a lot of what you're saying. So, Pamela, if I may, if you have any questions, please. I mean, that's what we've talked about, everything about dating that anybody wanted to talk about. Now we're talking about religion. Do you have a topic that you'd like to converse with? Yes, John Boone, I understand. It's okay. It's really okay, my friend. Thank you. You're going to take a beauty nap, Daisy?
No.
Maghigdako? Maghigdaka?
Yeah, I'm laying.
Maghigdaka means Maghigda. You are laying. Will you lay? Will you lay or you are laying?
You will lay.
You will lay. Maghigdaka means you will lay. Maghigdako means I will lay. Shalom. Okay. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for keeping the conversation going. All right, then, if there are no further questions, I'm going to say goodbye. Pamela, I'll give you the link one more time in case you missed it to my Facebook. And I will look for you there if you'd like to have a conversation. I can call America and speak with you for as long as you like. Hey, maybe this is going to be something of interest to people. Let's say you guys did go on a dating site and you wanted to talk to the Philippines. Okay, thank you, Pamela. Let's say you wanted to talk to somebody in another country. If you have family in Germany or Russia or China or Japan, there is a way to have unlimited calling to any country in the world for $3. And the way is, it's called Skype calls. And you sign into Skype and you set up an account. And then you look in their options box for Skype calling options. One of the boxes on the left-hand side of the page. And you sign into Skype Unlimited Calling. You could Google Skype Unlimited Calling also. Skype Unlimited Calling. And what will happen is it'll tell you that you need to set up a Skype account and bring you to the proper window. And you can give them your credit card number. And it will be a reoccurring charge every month. For $2.95, I can call America unlimited calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But if you're in America, for the same $2.95, you can call China, Russia, Japan, Ireland, any country in the world for $2.95 a month. So maybe if you people have family in another country and you're paying long distance fees, there's no reason for that. And if you want to call all over the world, unlimited calling, all over the world, according to, it's called worldwide Skype calls, gives you options, packages. It's $13 a month. So you could call Russia and make a three-way call with China. And for somebody else in America, there are conference calls. For $13 a month, you could call any country of the world and talk as long as you like. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy down these notes. I'm pretty much done here. Roshan Funkhauser, I just gave you the link for my Facebook account. You can ask me to be friends on my Facebook account. Just tell me what your Facebook name is, because I don't accept all the requests. Okay, so okay, there's a lot of conversation here. Boy, oh boy, there's a lot of conversation. Okay, I got it up to here so far, so I'm going to gather this piece of information, and then I'm going to put it in a file. I'm waiting for the file to load onto my in a Word document. If any of you people want to copy down the chat that was made on this video, you can scroll to the bottom, go down to the bottom, because it doesn't appear, and I don't know why it doesn't appear. It doesn't appear in the video when it plays back. But if you want to copy down the chat, you can go to the bottom of the chat window and highlight the bottom word at the last line, and scroll up with your finger on the mouse. Scroll right up all the way to the top of the page and click when it highlights in blue and white. Click that as copy. Click the word copy. And then you copy that. And then once it's copied, you go to a Microsoft Word document, or if you have another place that you store documents, and you paste it into your blank document or at the bottom of the document that you're working on. You cannot scroll down from the top. It won't give you it just shows you the faces and some squiggly lines. So if you want to copy the chat, you have to scroll from the bottom of the chat window towards the top. That's the only way it works. Okay, that's it. Definitely out of here. Have a great day, and there is a higher power, and I like to refer to it as God Day to you. I don't know which God it is. It could be your God. It could be someone else's God, but it's not the God I grew up understanding. But anyway, God Day to everybody from Michael Fazio, and got the headphones on, and loud music. Thanks for watching. I'm being Permy. Gotta go. Bye-bye, Samuel.